How's it going, Laser Bruce? Hi, Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We just got a key for this man's apartment, although we have no idea what apartment it is. But we're gonna go have a look. I'm sure we can figure it out. It can't be that hard, right? Just look around. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Cool. I'll hold this down so we can see. We still need enough money. +1 logic. That might be worth having. We still need enough money to pay for our, Oh, that's a neck. Oh, it's glasses. We need enough money to pay for our night staying at the inn hotel thing tonight. So, hopefully we can do that. Someone's drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. This isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram, created in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism, in other words. Inspect the symbol closer. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade over the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers remains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why is the star upside down? To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats are already using it. What's the deal with the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time, above it. Why white? Because white is the colour of peace. What does it evoke in me? Nothing at all, yet. Right now it's just a meaningless shape on the wall. Why am I bothering to look at it then? Padlocked door. The door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says 11. Examine the padlock. Use the chain killers. That's only 3% though. Oh, it gets -10 because tool's not in hand. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Knock. No reply. I'm not necessarily going to do it, but what would happen if I had the chain killers in hand? Like, what is our rating then? 28. That's still pretty low. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. This time the steps come closer. Who's this? Demands a female voice, weary and tense. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clack in the heels again, as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment. Later then. Entering this door seems a physical challenge. It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason. I just want to know which one is the one we're looking for. Someone must know. Let's talk to you. You must know the guy.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call you a doctor?
I'm fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what you want from me, policeman?
She's a cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence. I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s. Dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony. Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. What's he in trouble for? No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk? The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What's so funny about that? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. She points east. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. He turns to you. We should check out his apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. Who are you? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans these hallways. Do you live here? If you call it living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a room upstairs, right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain, no. She juts at her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. And all she gets, too. The coastal winds beat down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone in a while. Even her sentences feel rusty. 28. Rooms to the east. We need to go to the east to the balcony to number 28. An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. The shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment 12. Does this one go to the roof? The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. Whoops. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. How do we get to the balcony? Maybe it's this way. Oh, balcony, there. What the hell's that? The lock is rusty, you can't get in. The chair's new. Someone lives back there. Who's this person?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth? Blood type? The last time I was tested for Hep C?
Let's answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, pigman, but I don't promise to answer.
You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. Hatred? Disgust? It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring. She hisses. That's Ozone. That Ozone whore. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. Ozone is an archipelago 2 days of travel away from Revicol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez. Who is she? Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should go talk to her. He nods in her direction. She's a professional negotiator though. I have a feeling she'll be very cooperative, while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions. You know, do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet. Good idea, piggies. We're on along now. Fuck your shit up good. And pound that boat while you're at it. I like to watch her swim back to Ozone. What are you doing to the wall? Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural. An aero graffitio visible from low orbit. She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. So you don't know what to write. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs around here though, so union cads. And my name's not Mona, so... Why are you so committed to defacing the building? This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. I have an opinion on this. Do you want to hear it? Yeah? Actually, I don't have an opinion. I lied. Lying is cool, I guess. She absently-minded paints a red streak on her left cheek. You know anything about the recent murder? She wrinkles her nose. I ain't no snitch, pigstone. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts. Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us normally. Who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner. We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucker. So you won't talk about the murder. Maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor. What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Isn't armor art for the body? Alright, sad piggy, I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village, running around with military grade handwear. Look cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast on the main plaza. She waves her hand in the general westward direction. Have a good time. And there's a little girl wearing the gloves there. No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you. She looks at you, a little sad suddenly. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again, damn it. Oh, weakness for police officers, miss. Or a weakness for police officers, miss. He makes a note in his notebook. Thank you either way. Catch you later, Cindy. What's your back? Undulate. Got your eyes on you. 28. The rep, I mean. Talk to her later. Okay, where's 28? Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Okay. Enough coal to last several winters. Smells of chemicals. Labourer genes. +1 electrochemistry, -1 reaction speed. What's this one? $5? Dude, that's lots of money. That's the most money I've ever found in one go. $5. So how do we get to apartment 28 then? From here? Oh wait, what's in this box? I really don't know how to get around this place, you know? $2.25. Jesus Christ, I'm getting rich. It's like $7 I found here. $7, I'm basically a fucking oil baron. Alright, where are we going? Waves crashing in the darkness. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. Rub your sides for warmth. A former architect stands before a slice of window. A room plain in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees. Look around yourself. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishings on the wall. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty. Her face is red from the cold. She's breathing, on her fingers clasping the plan. Traces of her sadness are visible in her expression. The plan. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighbouring apartments. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. Okay, I still don't know how to get to the balcony where I need to get to the balcony to actually find this man. We know he's in room 28. I wish that helped at all. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to this lady then, huh? I don't want to put you through that, the loading screen again immediately, because I need to go back up there again, obviously, but let's talk to her while we're down here. A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailboat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Shake her
I'm
hand.
glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Oh, thanks, Kim. There's a trace of irony in his voice. Oh, mischief even. This is a tactic.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Alright, let's see. What can you tell me about the strike? Everything, she smiles. Right up to, but not including trade secrets. Wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets? First, you'll have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade and Ailments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. An octopus? I will slay it. Good luck. It's only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own. What the man means is the Emergencies Act and RCM both get their authority from the coalition government. You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words. But I am derailing us. You want to know about the strike? What is your role in it, precisely? I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines, and in return the Wild Pines counteroffer. And how are the talks going? They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2.2 metre racist behemoth blocking the gates. How are the talks going before the lynching? Let's say I was making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived. I was not making the kind of progress I hoped for. And when did you first arrive? I arrived 3 weeks ago, she thinks. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM. He looks at his notes, but the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Galmont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Galmont, despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations. This isn't the first time the union's gone on strike? Heavens no, there have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive? Ludicrous even, it's meant. What happened to this Galmont? Mr. Clare told him so. How did he put it? She paused to compose herself. Fuck off, midget. Galmont is short of stature, you see. Okay then. Yes, keep in mind this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more fair with him than the union. What are their demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What do they say again? Oh yes. Every worker a member of the board. Most of the workers probably don't know what it means. I don't care. The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? The scabs? She raises her brow. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work under where the union refuses to? If they were organised by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least. It's implied she's open to discussing the matter with you at a later occasion. Tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare. Everett Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. She's being sarcastic. Don't take her performance literally. That's not what you really think, right? Of course not. Everett is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. Is he that bad? He is the most corrupt individual I've ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Wait, there are 2 of them? Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for the lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everett does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. With a funny little switcheroo. While in office they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. What about the union itself, outside the Brothers Clare? The Debradura's union was once a perfectly normal institution, 20 years ago. Anyway, it must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. She adjusts her hair. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into, how do you say? She hesitates, looking for the right expression. A mob, the lieutenant says succinctly. The Debradures are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest, officer, she nods. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everett and his brother. She turns to you. In your opinion, detective? If I may ask, I'm curious and talkative person, you see. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. She explains. Would you say the Debradure Union are a socialist mob? Thank you for being candid, she adds. She nods. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers. One more thing, you said something about something happening in the elections? I'm glad you asked. There was a woman. The previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared. Disappeared? Yes, on the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Some kind of extortion, probably. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with them. Thank you for your concern, ma'am, but we'll be just fine. Let's change the topic. What can you tell me about this lynching? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something. The information I am to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. Oh crap, I don't have a badge. Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic. I'm Lieutenant Kitsurugi from Precinct 57. He points to you, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice. How curious. She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Why is that, detective? Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it. I see. She looks increasingly worried. So you're saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Yes. I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing. Oh dear. She sighs with confusion, sadness even. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia? I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as it may sound. I simply can't imagine what you'd gain by faking such a condition. As I said, ma'am, the lieutenant interjects, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Of course, I sympathise, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial agreement. Oh, God. We'll try it. Feelings will guide the way. But madam, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case I'm solving. I assure you, it's no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming the situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible. You have so much else. I only have this. This is the entirety of my existence. You understand, this is not like a side case for me. It's my main thing. Trust me, officer, I'm fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me. She's silent. The wind flaps in the sails above her. This boat, for example, and a home somewhere. I only have this case. Oh, crap. Stop! I couldn't stop the conversation. I had no choice. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you had once as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with the sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right? I've wasted my life protecting humans that don't deserve it. I don't dispute you that you've been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district, but poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty. Nothing you could say would make you feel any better now. Did we just lose? Okay, so we're basically back where we were. I haven't talked to the lady on the boat yet, because that was catastrophic. But I found this other balcony door. This will probably be the one we need. If we can find this man to talk to, everything should be good. A mirror glow of light pollution rises from the east. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Nice. So we're looking for number 28, I believe. No idea which one that is, but we'll figure it out. Apartment 28, here we go. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone really values their security. Number 28, this is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance is to catch him in the evening. He looks around, taking in the cold spring air. We should return tomorrow, after we finish with our day's work. How about 9 o'clock? Sound good? What do you mean? Smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? You might know something about the murder. So tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Don't worry, it's mostly all still here. You can remember things, you got this. Sounds good, tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Right here, apartment 28. He writes it down to his little notebook. Good, let's go. Remember tomorrow. He's probably gone for today. I'll never remember. Can't remember things. Don't we have a key anyway? Can't we just go in? Like, he gave us a key to his door. We don't have enough money for a place to sleep. Yeah, we need to talk to that lady, but I don't want to, like, kill myself. No, we'll get the badge first. That'll help. If we have the badge, then we can just give her the badge and we're fine. You know? But I couldn't get out of the conversation I was having with her once it started. Once it started, I was stuck with it. So let's have a look at our notebook. What do we got? Find the armored gloves. That's at the fishing village, which we can't get to till Wednesday. Come to the apartment tomorrow. Wednesday, that's the thing. Get the boots. We gotta figure out how to do that. Oh, we still need to go through the ledger to find a name for the case. The case needs an official name. Go into your inventory and interact with the damage ledger to give it one. Finding the right line may take some time. We should probably do that now. That seems like an easy thing we can do just standing here, right? Let's just do it. Interact. Look at the clipboard. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters RCM. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials, so that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it's not see-through. You cannot see to its center. There's pain in there. If you want some, that much you know. How would I open it? With your hands? U4 sized pages hang from the clip. Okay. 42%. That's not bad. Alright, give it a go. Damn. That's not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. Goddamn thing is stuck. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there before it recedes. You feel as though you might just squeeze a tear of anger out of your duct. Makes you wonder why. The fucking drunks. It's their fault. You should have drunk the liquor out of that fucker's skull. The ledger quavers in your hand as it shakes the pages rustle. The pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason. Browse the case files. I have to open an official case. There we go. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid form a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper. Sadly, the ledger only comes with old worn down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. Kim, do you have a pen? The lieutenant looks in his blue notebook. 2 fat shiny pens hang from the binder like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He's not really saying anything, just standing there looking at them. Can I have one? Know that I give this to you. He pulls it from the top of the loop with resentment. With this beauty, commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash, free and uncanny, similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Get body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would have been out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you. And you. And a fuck you too. Fuck you to you too. The last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? The Furies are home in the mirror. The setting sun. Shit on a stick. The Hanged Man. Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good. Strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I was going to say something ridiculous, but I know he wouldn't be happy with me. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it The Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Yeah. Smell the ledger. The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose and now forms a base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. Delicious. Okay, we got a lot of level ups. Maybe we should spend some points. How many points have we got now? 3? Jesus. What ones are coming up that I really need? You know, rhetoric maybe? Convincing people of stuff, you know? I feel like empathy would be handy. But they're so low that I'm not sure how useful it's going to be, you know? I can go all the way up with perception. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. I want that. That sounds awesome. And I can go to 5 even though my motorix is at 1. We're gonna go all 3 into that. I reckon that'll be useful. Perception's like super handy for a detective, right? Doesn't get much more handy than that. Oh crap, we're out of time. We need to wrap this one up. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, close. What's this? Right here. And what's this? And what's this? Oh my god, there's so much. There's a wall on the side of an apartment building. Conceptualization, impossible. Why am I looking at this wall? 28%. Oh no, man. I had no idea. Hang on, there's something in here too. We need to go pick up all the things. I don't want to talk to the lady though, because she'll make me sad and then I'll lose. I don't like that. Magnesium. I don't like when people make me sad and then I lose. Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. It's worth more than you'll ever earn in your life. How exciting for me. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint... Okay, what is this one? Sorry I can't pronounce half of the words. Half of them seem like they're French. I don't know any French. Like at all. French is hard. Anyway. I think we're pretty much out of time. We're gonna have to wrap this one up here. I don't know what the next job is, but I mean it's 9 o'clock at night. We need to go home, I guess. Not that we've got anywhere to sleep. We might have to sleep in the gutter. That's not gonna do wonders for our morale, but we'll see what happens. Till then, if you guys enjoyed it, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.